The cannons of the pirate ship ready to fire in the north end zone. We can only be one place. Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. The Buck.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. A first carry for Rachaad White. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Well, this defense for the Cardinals, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
From the 38 now, here's a 2nd and 5.
Let's go. Go.
Off play action. Mullen, he'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Throwing, Duggan. He'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. The Bucs at 7-4 on the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
To throw is Duggan. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it? No, he didn't. First down, here's White. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. First and goal. Here's White. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second and goal from inside the 5.
Here we go, set.
Duggan. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Trey Palmer hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Buccaneers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
To throw is Murray. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? Or what's the motivation of this group? What's their mindset? What's the problem that they have? Will they create an identity that allows them to get better?
From the gun on third down, Murray. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third. Kyler going to give this to Benson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well, because when you run against 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Murray. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance, because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing third down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here's Murray. Flush to his right. His pass caught at the 4. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Shotgun now for Murray. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Well, they're going to try this thing. They're at the 5, 4th and goal. They're going to go for it. We'll see. Run, probably pass to both in the arsenal. Flushed out right. And it'll be intercepted. And the Bucs are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. Well, Charles certainly circled that play. We might have to revisit it later. They had 3 in their back pocket. They go for it on 4th and goal and throw the pick.
Well, you know, we're still in the first half. A bold call nonetheless. And I guess the book might have said, take the 3. But it looks like they burned the book and just said, give me the analytics. And the analytics said, go for it. Didn't work out.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
When you're backed up this deep, sometimes defenses sacrifice coverage for pass rush because they know you can only go so far on your pass drop. You've got the back of the end zone. So they came after him. He took the shot downfield. He didn't connect. But, boy, that was...
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. On his horse. A little juke. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A give left side for Benson. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Murray now. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
With his height, that's exactly where you want to put it for him. But even that throw was a little tall to connect for the touchdown.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this,
oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
From the gun, Murray. This is taken in by McBride. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Trey McBride, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from evening this one up. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
He's got his man on the out route. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
Let's go.
Duggan now to throw. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one.
Bronco 80. Let's go now.
They'll go up the middle with White. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And the Buccaneers are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Duggan looking to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Ready.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage.
60 Eagle.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Boy, such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. Do you think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they've moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team. Let them know you think they can go get it.
On 4th down, Dugan escaping the pressure right. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Cardinal defense comes up with a goal line stand. Well, certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
hit as he throws there, incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
Second and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He's got Watkins on the out route. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. On first down, it's Benson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
Looking at a second and 11 now after the loss. On play action, it's Murray. That is caught downfield by Harrison. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's first and 10 at the 43. Murray going to throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Throwing now is Murray. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. Sly able to put this one through. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Here we go.
Here's Duggan to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. Look at the big man rumble. And he's going to be taken out of bounds, but not before he gets this all the way down to the 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 77 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first and goal situation. Duggan will look to throw this. Rolling to his right. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield at man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. From 10 yards out. And the Buccaneers have regained the lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
The Cardinals on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. And that is incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
.46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit, or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point, and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Dugan. He gets it to Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
Ready, break. Let's go.
Looking to throw. Dugan. He's got Thomas yet again, complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. He'll find Schwartz, complete right side. And he will get enough for a 1st down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Throwing, Duggan. This is White on the screen. And he'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Now a 2nd and 2. They will run with White out of the shotgun. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Go.
On fourth down, Dugan. That is caught. He'll get it inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. Not often do fourth down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down.
Here we go, set.
To throw is Duggan. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked up by Garrett Williams. And the Cardinals are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series because drives like that, that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Murray now to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Now Murray again. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Murray. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cardinals have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Sly on for the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
They had just given up the lead, and they get it right back.
Yeah, how about that? Answered quickly. Got right back to it. And look, long drives have their place. We know that. They can wear teams down. But when you hit them with big plays like that, that can really be a shot to them. A big-time one.
Yeah, one play, but now your defense is probably saying, man, we could have used a little more rest over here. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
And a penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Running out of the gun here with Benson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
59 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds, to continue to move people.
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Duggan.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Off to Thomas on the left side. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 41-yard line. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Trey Palmer with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Bucs are able to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
Play fake. Murray. He'll buy some time right. And this one too low.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
To throw, it's Murray. Going deep here for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
And it really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Dugan. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Dugan.
This one taken in by Otten.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Hubbard.
Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out at the end.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The coverage good, the pressure good, leads to the sack, and it's 3rd and goal now. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Looking to throw. Dugan. He's got it. Give him 13 yards on the connection, but not enough. 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. Operating from the gun. Dugan. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They try to throw on 4th and goal from the 2, and this Cardinal defense comes up with a goal line stand. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Here's Murray. Throw left side complete. That's Benson. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Murray.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Murray. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. A huge play there for Arizona. 52 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. Murray now.
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. And the Bucs are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defensive side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all, and to me it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Duggan now to throw.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
But just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, they're running a crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused. And here, he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
After the turnover, here's Murray. That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now Murray off play action. That's complete to McBride. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Benson is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Duggan looking to throw. Finding Gray on the out route. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Off play action. Dugan. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. To throw again on 2nd down. Duggan. That's completed right side to Palmer. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Here's Duggan to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Here we go.
Now a give up the middle. This is White. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 115 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Back to throw. Mullen. Throw out right. It's brought in by Otten. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Off the play fake. Mullen. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Bucs are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Murray. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Murray going to throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 29. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Throwing after the interception, Dugan. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
And the Bucs are going to have a 1st and goal as some good running there gets him down to about the 2-yard line, knocking on the door.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for, because they'll need to continue to rely on them to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Duggan will look to throw this. This is caught.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. It's a quarterback sneak, and he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. Well, they need to score, and score quick. 1 timeout remaining. Final minute. 1st and... And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Slide for the PAT. And this is back to a 5-point game. So with just under 40 seconds to go, you figure this is going to need to bounce their way if they have any shot. And the Bucs are on this one. And that should just about do it. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics would tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they were very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it. Throwing, Duggan. Thomas brings it in. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. To throw is Duggan. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. This is 1st and 10. Murray now to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations, and you've often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on this.